Hey, residents of Meeple Town, today we're going to be flying over to Singapore to continue our Meeples Around the World series where we look at board games from all around the world. Today we're going to be looking at a game from Origame Games, and that is Plantopia. Plantopia did really well on Kickstarter. It was actually funded in around 3 hours, and the game is based off, it's really cool, a cartoon. Let me get this right. Daylight Potato. It's called Life of a Potato, but Daylight Potato, and you can look that up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's really cute and it's really cool. And the game is designed by Daryl Chow. So I say let's just get this thing to the table and let's check out Plantopia. All right, Meeple Town, welcome to Plantopia. In this game, we're going to be planting baby trees and tree-volved trees, trying to get them kind of as high as we possibly can in level so that they score points. So let me give you a couple examples. So whoever has the most tree leaves at the end of the game is going to win it. So let's look at this trigonometry. They're really fun cards in this game. This says that at the end of the game, I'm going to score 1 leaf point for every level that this tree is. So this could score up to 3 points. All right, let me pull up a tree-volved. These are a little bit different, and I'll explain those to you here in a second. But this is going to score 2 points for every level this one is. In addition to that, the tree-volved plants are also going to have in-game scoring. So for every like flower and cactus tree-volved plant, I'm going to score another 2 points apiece for that. So the way the game works is there are 3 phases to the game. The very first phase, what we're going to do is draw a card. But before we draw a card, I'm going to mention that we're going to be playing with player powers, which you don't have to, but I like to play with the player powers. This potato player is going to get 3 weather cards right off the rip, all right, which is cool, and you'll get to see what that is here in a minute. Over here, I can discard 2 baby plants from my hand in order to gain an extra planting action in a round if I want to. So again, the very first thing, including the first round that you play, you're going to draw 1 card at the beginning. So let's play both of these players. For this player, I am going to be looking at, okay, so I've got a couple cards actually that I can plant for free. So the cost of the cards to plant, let's go right here. This means I discard, 0 cards from my hand in order to plant 2 lips. Y'all like that, don't you? I do. Or if I have a tree-volved plant right here, like this lily of the rainbow, I have to have a baby plant that's flower that is at least level 3. And whenever I discard that, then I can actually plant this card. So since I can't plant a tree-volved plant because I don't have any right now, I think I'm just going to go straight up with that tulips because, yeah, it's nothing. And in addition to that, here at the bottom, the baby plants have these instant bonuses. This says that I get to immediately upgrade this plant. So normally this plant would be level 0, but because I have that as my bonus, I'm going to immediately have a level 1 baby plant right there. All right, now my opponent, she's looking at her cards and she's seeing that, okay, like this boba tree is going to take one of these trees level 3. She has a couple cactus ones, so she could actually look at going towards maybe doing this pointless cactus here to go towards that. Yeah, let's see what they give me. Let's do that. Let's go ahead. So she's going to do this pointless cactus, and what this is going to give her is she's actually going to be able to draw 3 cards and discard 1. So this is going to help her go out and get even more cards to start the game with. But in order to do that plant, she's going to have to discard a card from her hand. And so I think because she doesn't have any other flower cards, she's going to go ahead and put that into the discard pile. Now, on our turn, we could have also grown these plants, and the way to grow them is to discard whatever it says. So if I want to discard 1 card from a hand, I could have grown this up 1 level. You can grow up any of the cards 1 level by discarding. So I could have done that on my turn, or I could have drawn 5 cards and discarded 3. So there's going to be times where you probably have to do that to get some cards back. Okay, with that being said, we go on into the weather phase. And the weather phase is really interesting because what we do is we begin by shuffling this deck, which I already have, and in a 2-player game, we're going to flip over the top 2 cards. So very sunny, And wow, goodness gracious, someone is mowing right next to me in Meeple Town. If y'all hear that in the background, y'all. Oops, I just accidentally saw that, so I don't want to cheat. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is have this bottom one as a mystery. We don't know what this is going to be. In order for my tulips plant to grow, I have to have wind, excuse me, goodness gracious, or cloudy, and rain. They need 2 suns. So this is literally perfect for them. And honestly, not honestly, like these can grow up to 2 times if there's 2 sets of suns. So this is a no-brainer for this player to go ahead and secretly choose one of their 3. And we all have, 3 of these for the whole game. And they're going to go ahead and pick sun. There's no reason for them to pick anything else because they don't want to help me out. So they're going to pick this over here. Now, I, on the other hand, am in rough shape because the worst thing that could possibly come out would be that right there. And so I'm just going to it's just a random guess. I'm gonna guess this rain here and hope that this is wind or cloudy. So she's going to flip hers over and say, she's got a sun. I'm going to flip mine over, say I've got this, and wow, guess completely wrong. If I would have just played this cloudy right here, I would have actually been able to grow this. So right now, I'm done. I don't grow my plant at all. This player has a decision to make because she is going to grow one for sure, but she does have these 3 bonus cards and they're one-time only bonus cards. So she could right now play this to go ahead and grow this pointless cactus again, which, I mean, the negative is that card's out of the game. The bonus is she could immediately go ahead and play one of these tree-evolved plants and get that plant growing in the game if she wanted to. But I think she's going to pass at the moment. I think she would rather use it to grow some of her tree-evolved plants later whenever they're a little bit bigger, whenever they're worth more points. So boom, we're going to take these cards, put these back into our hands. These are going to go up here, and then I will shuffle those here in a minute. Now again, we're going to start back up with with the first phase, and we're going to draw a card. So right now, I'm looking over here, and I'm thinking, okay, my goodness gracious. I am sorry, Meeple Town, if you hear that. Someone has been mowing literally for like an hour around here. Maybe you don't even hear this, and I'm making a big deal about it. But I've been sitting here waiting forever to film this video, and I was like, finally, they're done. And apparently they weren't. So I sincerely apologize if you hear that. All right, so I need to get this one up to level 3, the tulips, if I want to do this Lily of the Rainbow. But I could also, I could think about heading, trying to get this geometry. But the gum tree, the thing about this is like this thing costs a lot to go ahead and plant. I could also go ahead and do this cutis so that I could get going on this cactus thing. Maybe I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and plant this. Now, again, I could choose to grow this plant at this point in time, but I'm not going to. I think I'm going to give up. I don't think I'll be able to get 2 of these. I mean, at least at this point in the game. So I'm going to give up this more expensive one, I think, Trinity, and I'm going to go ahead and discard that out of the game to be able to plant this. Whew. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this card is I instantly get to draw 2 cards, which is absolutely fantastic. You need cards in this game, and that's big time. She is going to look over here and think through, all right, so with the cards that she has, she could go ahead and she could go ahead and upgrade this if she wanted to, but she doesn't. She wants to go ahead and start planting some more cards. And so she's going to plant the baby plant, so she really doesn't have any decision except for, I could go ahead and I could go immediately tree-evolve this pointless cactus into this dogtus if I want to. That would be an interesting decision, and go ahead and start. Maybe she does that. Let's do that for fun. I'm not going to play through this whole game, so let's just kind of look at this, though. She's going to go ahead and plant this, and this is going to give her points. Look at that for these cactus-type plants here. So, all right. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so she's going to actually get rid of this pointless cactus because it just needed a level 1, and she's going to replace it with this dogtus right here, which will help her get in-game scoring. And she's hoping that she can go ahead and, again, start getting more with the weather immediately right off the bat here, which is, she's got some of these bonus cards to be able to do that. So the negative is she doesn't get like an instant cards or anything like that. But I'm going to shuffle these cards up. Oh, no. And then I'm going to do this, and I think I'll play through one more round and give you my thoughts. So Let's go ahead and flip this over. There is another sun. Finally, this time. Now, sun's not bad for me at this point. So I need to tree evolve this Cutis. I've already got it. Actually, that was fantastic. So bad draw the first time, good draw the second time. This player is going to easily then, won't show it right now. And again, these are secret, so you wait until the end for everyone to reveal what they have. This player, it's an easy decision for her because she needs 2 suns and that cloud. So at this point, this one's pretty simple. I think both of us can pretty much figure out what the other player is going to play. It doesn't happen as much like that later on. We get more plants going. And this is a sun. So this one has both of these, so I get to grow that one level. The Cutis gets to grow a level, right? And she gets to grow her Doctus up 1 level. Boom. Alrighty, let's do one more round of this so you can just kind of get a little bit more feel for how the way the game plays, and then I will give you my thoughts on it. So at this point, I still don't have enough. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't, in this game, I'm not going to be able to tree evolve any of my plants because I need level 3 on both of those and level 2 to tree evolve up to this cactus. So I still think I want to keep planting plants at this point in the game. I've got a lot of cards. I'll worry about growing them as the game progresses. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and do this tea tree and so I can have just some different types of plants going on. And that is going to mean that I have to discard a card. I've got 2 of these things. The Call of Lily would actually get me points per flower, which would be really nice. This is going to get me 2 points per level 3 plant. This would be a little easier to grow, though, because I'm going to have to get 3, maybe. I mean, probably, based on what people are going to be given. So I think I'll go with that just for that reason. Meaning I'm going to go ahead and get this Call a Lily out in order to plant this because that cost 1. I immediately gain another card. I also am going to gain a sun bonus, which it's literally probably the one that I don't want the most, but that's okay. So I'll have this sun bonus card right here. Now, something else that I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this so I can show you what's like. I'm going to use my ability. So I'm going to discard 2 baby plants out of the game, right? Yeah, let's do this. So I've got these 2 baby plants. I'm going to discard those out of the game. I don't have the ability to do it. I don't have it high enough. Never mind. Yeah, I can't do it. Okay, because I thought that I had another baby plant, but I don't. All right, never mind. I can't do that. But I, again, could discard 2 baby plants out of the game to gain another planting action, which would have been sweet to do another one of those. Now, my opponent's thinking she's got to keep planting. She sees that I've got 3 plants here. Now, her good thing is that she's already got that tree evolved plant. She has 2 of these baby trees, and she is looking at this going, what's the bonus? She needs sun on this, so that actually might not be bad. She's going to go ahead and plant this one and discard the trigonometry because she's going to gain a card, but in addition to that, she's going to get this last. No, if these are out, then they're out in the game. So until someone starts playing these, we can't get sun again. So let's move on to that weather phase, and let me shuffle these cards up and see what happens. All right. Boom. Oh, I still have one of those hero cards in that stack. What is that, John? All right, right on. So I see that I've got this one fulfilled, which is sweet. This one is close to being fulfilled, so this is another no-brainer for me. Again, it's not always like this in the game. Sometimes there are some tough decisions. But if you can get them to kind of match up, it's more risk, but you could also really start scoring, increasing these quite a bit. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play the rain. My opponent is 1 away from, she's thinking, the challenging thing is she's looking over here, and if she's probably thinking John's going to want to play a rain in order to increase this. So she could play a rain here, doesn't know what this is, in order to grow the tea tree. Now this is going to give her more points. However, she's got to grow this in order to be able to tree evolve it. But I think she's just straight up going to go, you know what? Let's just worry about, really? Let's see. Yeah, because she's not 100% sure. This is a guaranteed grow. So she's gonna play this because she knows guaranteed without a doubt she's gonna get to grow the Doctus. She reveals that. I reveal this. And the third one is, wow, so it was rain there, which was great for me. I get to increase. Now, I could play this. There's no reason for me to place this. She could. Let's get to hers here in a second. I'm going to get to evolve this one up again. So whenever they get to level 3, they actually fall off the tree. You can never have more than 5 going, but you get to keep them, which is really cool. And this is now, you just put it to the side here. You can't see it on camera. You just put it to the side here, and I get to collect these, and these are my level 3 plants now, which is great. This one gets to upgrade once. This one gets to upgrade once because of that, and there's no reason for me to play this. Now, she gets to upgrade this one because she has 2 suns and the cloud. She gets to upgrade this because that rain dropped out, which was really perfect for her. And then there's really no reason actually for her to use these bonus cards at the moment. She could play like 3 to upgrade it again, but that's a waste. So there's no reason for her to do that. So that's that. That would be the end of the round. Then again, to start the next round, we would draw cards and we would be rolling. So let's first of all, let's talk about the art and components of the game. The art is really fantastic. I went and I actually went on Instagram and started following Daylight. Let me make sure I get this right. I know it's lifeofapotato.com, but it's Daylight Potato to be able to look at that. I went on Instagram and start following that eventually, immediately, because I just thought, honestly, this is super cute and has really clever names of these, like the tulips and stuff like that. There's a whole stack of these. There's so many of these cards, and like the square root of a tree. Listen, y'all, I'm huge into dad jokes, and there's like dad joke and puns and stuff all over this game. So I'm totally eating that up. Plus, I actually really like these foil cards, which are really, really sweet as well. So I have absolutely nothing. Even these, I don't know if you can see this. You might not be able to see that on camera, and I'm not doing a very good job of getting up there, but there are these stars kind of on the card, some little texture on the card, which is really cool as well. I don't know, maybe you weren't able to see that. But anyways, that's really cool. I've got nothing to complain about a card game, fun art, small box, cool dad joke puns, even got some nice reflection action going on some of these cards. Absolutely nothing to complain about. Really, really cool. So is the gameplay fun? And again, I'll mention that as I do on all of our videos about Meeples around the world, we don't do final ratings, so we just kind of do our gameplay and just talk about how much fun, what we like, what we might not like about the game. So this is an interesting game. One of my favorite parts about it is, if you watch during the play, is this weather phase in the game. In addition to that, it's really fun to kind of manage your hand, because you're discarding cards a lot of time, or every time, to plant these baby trees. So you're trying to really, there's a lot of times you have those really tough decisions like, wow, I really want that card, but okay, I really need to plant something this round, because the more trees and things I have planted, baby trees I have planted, the more chances when the weather comes out to be able to grow those. So I got to get some of those out. I think that that's really, really cool. In addition to that, to add another layer of, the interesting things is again, the in-game scoring, or those immediate bonuses, that adds another layer to, man, okay, when I play this or do I play that? Because wow, this card is going to give me 2 more cards. And in this game, you can't have enough cards. More cards, the more cards, the merrier. I think that that's really, really fun. But I really like, because this isn't, I wouldn't say a highly strategic game, though there is strategy in the game, for sure. Though there is luck, I think, for sure, too, because if you're drawing the cards that match up with what you need, especially early in the game, you can kind of build that engine and go really quick. But for a game like that, I like this element of the weather, where you're trying to look around the table, and it's even more fun with more players, because you're looking around the table trying to predict what she's doing and he's doing across the table, what this player's going to do, and go, okay, if they do this, and I'm going to place this, and if they do that, I'm going to place that. And then there's that satisfaction in the game of when all the weather cards are out, you're just like, I'm going to move this up, and I get to move this card up, and this card up, and that card up, and we're growing, and that's really, really cool. So that's nice. I also always like player powers in games, because it adds more variability to the game, adds more variety to it. So I think that is really cool. Those are the things I really like about it. I would say this, that if you're playing it with people who've never played games before, it might take them just a second to get to understand it. I'll say, okay, so for one negative is, and it's not a huge thing, it's like, honestly, this card is fantastic. All right, this actually helps you big time. Kind of look at what all the symbols mean. But I do have to say, you do have to reference this at least when you first start playing. I think the iconography is good in this game, but when you're first starting to play, I would say the negative is not that you have these. The different icons and stuff. It's that I can't just super fast get it to the table with people. Like maybe there's people that follow, day in the life of a potato or life of a potato that might not play games a lot. It might take them a little bit to kind of get over the hump of you're gonna have to go back and go, okay, what does that mean? And what does that mean? That would be a slight negative. But if you're playing with people that have played games at all, this is a pretty quick to teach game, fun hand management decisions, and really cool weather phase that I just love trying to predict what other people are going to do. So I like this game. This is a fun game. To learn more about Plantopia, go to origame.co. That's origame.co. If you are enjoying our channel, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to support what we're doing, you can go to patreon.com/Meepletown. We're at Meepletown Games on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we're Board Game Geek Guild 3407. Thanks for coming down to Meepletown.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks to our Patreon supporters for making content like this possible. If you would like to become a Patreon supporter, go to patreon.com/Meepletown. To follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, find us at Meepletown Games. Finally, to connect with us and other residents of Meepletown, you can join Guild 3407 at BoardGameGeek.com. Until next time, thanks for coming down to Meepletown.